Hello and welcome to the Maker's Gonna Learn YouTube channel. My name is Becca Oaks. I'm a craft producer here with Maker's Gonna Learn, and I love to craft. Today, we are going to be talking about some amazing products that you might want to use as a beginner crafter. So I'm going to show you how to use them and tell you a little bit about why you would use them. So if you're watching this video, you're likely a new crafter, which means you would benefit greatly from a membership here at Maker's Gonna Learn. We have an amazing subscription that gives you access to our library of thousands of cut files and fonts that you can use with your die cut machine. And we have awesome benefits to our yearly members specifically that give you a free commercial license so that you can sell products that you use with our cut files. We give you lots of education, inspiration, and motivation through our wonderful community of die cut crafters that you have access to in our private Facebook group. And the big thing for our beginners is something we've launched recently, and it is a 30-day challenge for new crafters. It's also for seasoned crafters because it gives you some good refreshers if you're a seasoned crafter. But we built it specifically for the person who just bought a Cricut, has no idea what they're doing, and needs lots of help. This program is fantastic for you. So check out our website, makersgonnalearn.com, and become a yearly member where you get that 30-day challenge absolutely for free. So what that I'm going to break it down just a little bit for you. It is from day one, you open your Cricut. So we open a machine with you. We set it up. We give you all the information on tools, blades, terminology in Design Space. We give you all sorts of information on the most popular products that you would use, like vinyl, printable heat transfer vinyl, printable regular vinyl. We just give you all of the information like that you would need in order to have a good repertoire of craft products available to you. And then at the very end, we create a project with you. So there's everything from until by the end of the 30-day challenge, you're gonna feel so empowered and ready to conquer cricketing and die cut crafting. But let's go ahead and start talking about a few of the, I think, basic products that most crafters need. And I'm going to switch over to the overhead cam and show you a few ways to use them. Okay, I have gone ahead and cut out our Maker's Gonna Learn logo using regular vinyl, and I want to just show you a couple of the products that we would use in order to go ahead and weed this. The first is a squeegee. This can also be called a burnishing tool or a scraper. Now, Cricut has one that looks very similar to this. It's about this length. They also have a bigger one, but the edge of it is very rigid. And a lot of times when you scrape or burnish with it, it will pull up some of the vinyl or it scrapes it and scratches it, and you don't want that. So we prefer this one from, it says 651 vinyl, but it's actually 143 vinyl now. It's just a good kind of pliable, but still firm, if that makes sense, squeegee. And so what you do with this, when I'm referring to burnishing, is just to take it over your vinyl like this and make sure that everything is adhered really nicely. You're going to use this tool before you weed. You're going to use this tool after you weed. And so you'll weed and then you'll put your transfer paper down. You'll burnish your tool, or you'll burnish your transfer paper with this tool. And then when you remove your mat and flip it over, you're going to burnish from the back as well. So finding a squeegee or burnishing tool that you absolutely love is pretty essential to good crafting. We have lots of people who say, I don't know, I can't get my vinyl to really weed really well. It wants to stick, it doesn't want to come apart, that sort of thing. And a lot of times it's because they're not burnishing. So this is a very important step. It's a very inexpensive tool as well. Do not skip it. So before I move any further, I want to just let you know if burnishing or weeding or any of these terms that I'm using right now in this video are foreign to you, you're not familiar with them, check the links below. We're going to link a couple of videos that will be very useful for you for terminology. We want you to have all of the education and knowledge to really be able to master and understand Cricut Design Space and crafting in general. So check that out if you need that. But moving along, my next little tool is the TruControl knife. I love this guy, and you might say, well, that just looks like an X-Acto knife. Well, it does. But the difference is that I think the handle and the ergonomics of it make it very make it very easy to use in crafting. And the reason that we want to use this specifically with vinyl, say for instance, well, not for instance, we do. We have all of this vinyl down here that hasn't been cut, and we're not going to use it for this project, but that's a lot of vinyl to waste. So we want to remove that and save it for another project. So what I would do is on the mat, take my TruControl knife and just go ahead and cut here. And then I can remove this excess and put it away in my scrap bin for another day. So that's just one use. Another use would be, for instance, if I'm weeding something big like this, then maybe I want to go ahead and cut here, so that I can weed this part and not have to deal with all of it over here. So TruControl knife, we love these. We use these all the time. This stays in my little work smock because I use it all the time. In addition to all of that, I know that some of you guys are going to ask, will it hurt the mat to cut on this mat with the TruControl knife? And the answer is no. Think about it. Your knife blade and your fine point blade and your deep point blade, your rotary blade, all of the blades are cutting on this mat all the time. Obviously, it can withstand some pressure. Now, do you want to He-Man it through here? No, you don't. But honestly, the amount of pressure that it takes to cut through this is never going to hurt your mat. So don't be afraid of that. On to weeding. There are so many different weeding tools that are available. These come in the Cricut starter kit type packs. There's also one with like a weird nose looking thing. I never use this one. I never use the other one. This is the only one that I use. And this actually isn't Cricut brand. This is an Amazon cheapie, but it is our favorite. We have found that the Cricut brand tips tend to sort of get metal fatigue very, very quickly. They bend and they become very frustrating to use. So we love this particular tool. It looks the exact same, feels the exact same, but it doesn't bend, and that is important to us. So the way that I use it is just to kind of hold it like a pencil, and then when I weed with the point toward me. Now, this may not be comfortable for you. I think people do things differently a lot in crafting, but this is just how I use it. So I will just hook in here in a spot and then start pulling up, and then remove my vinyl just like that. And then we can get these little pieces here as well, just like that. Now, we'll go ahead and do this bigger piece. I'm not going to weed this entire thing on here. I just want to kind of give you a for instance. Go ahead and get this off here. And then I want to show you another weeding tool that we love here at Maker's Gonna Learn that makes weeding very small things super easy. And it's a pen tool. And it looks like an ink pen, which is why it's called a pen tool. It is from 143 vinyl as well. And you just click this little guy here, and it looks like a little needle is on the end. So it is just a tiny, tiny little kind of needle that just makes weeding smaller things super easy. And the way that I use this one, instead of holding it like a pen and toward me, I hold it like this and go away from me. That's just how I prefer it. Again, everybody does things differently. If you even talk to Tanner and Rachel and Courtney here, who are all my fellow cohorts here at Maker's Gonna Learn, we all do things absolutely differently sometimes. Some things we all agree on and you could not tell us any differently. But things like weeding and whatnot, you just kind of get in a groove and find what works best for you. But this is a fantastic tool that you are likely going to want to invest in as well. Now, let's talk paper crafting for a little bit. If you're a beginner specifically, paper crafting is really great because cardstock is very inexpensive. So as you're learning, if you have mess ups, then it's not quite as traumatic on the bank account to get rid of some cardstock as it is vinyl or HTV. But this paper cutter is amazing. We love this one. It's also great for vinyl, so it's not just for paper crafting. But if you didn't know, and I didn't know this for a while after having mine, this little guy pops out right here, and then you have a ruler that comes out this way as well. So you just put your cardstock in here, measure where you want it, and then slice. It's that easy. Very amazing. If for some reason your blade on this becomes dull, which it will take a long time for that to happen. You can get replacement blades for these that are very easy to replace as well. But that is amazing. And now I want to grab this tool, which is also fun for paper crafting. It is called a quilling tool. And to do it, you can see the end right here has little slits in it. We're going to place our paper in that. I'll use this little piece that I just cut. And we are simply going to roll it. Just like this. Now this is particularly great for paper quilling projects, obviously, but also rolled paper flowers. It makes it very easy for that. Or if you wanted to do some like little curly cues on a pumpkin or for a stem or something like that, this tool is great for that as well. So you can see it did it really tight. It was really nice. I love this tool. And then another paper crafting tool that we like is this guy. So again, it kind of looks like a squeegee, and you could use this as a squeegee, but it also has these little blades in the middle. And this is for roughing up the edges of paper. It's so neat. You just take it on there and apply a little bit of pressure. If you want it to look more rough, then you apply more pressure. But it gives that effect, which just looks really neat. If you found this video useful, we have lots of more videos that you would like as well. They're going to be linked below for you. Videos on our favorite products to use, must-have products for your craft room, etc., etc. Check those out. There will be a couple of duplicates in there, but then there are some extras as well that are more specific to what kind of crafting you do. Definitely check those out. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you are not a subscriber here at the YouTube channel, go ahead and hit subscribe, like, and comment on this video. Let us know if you have any questions. And again, check out our membership over on our website, makersgonnalearn.com. If you are interested in becoming a MGL family member, part of the best die cut crafting community there is.